Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Magic Arena. And today is the real Brawly Days event, Wednesday Brawl. So today we're going to be playing a Yarok list. So, Yarok, as many of you know, he's actually quite a popular commander at the moment because he's really fun. I love this commander. Soul Titan 2 for a 3/5 Death Touch lifelink. It says if a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So basically it doubles any enter the battlefield ability on any kind of permanent card, essentially. Sorry. We can also make additional copies of Yarok, which is a lot of fun. We got Spark Double, which can enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature, except for it actually has no legendary ability on it, so we can have 2 Yaroks. When I said double earlier, it's not technically double. It's double the first time, but after that, it's just an additional time. So Yarok on his own will make 2 copies of a card. So Witching Well will scry 4 itself and the additional copy, and if you have Spark Double, then there'll be an additional copy, so 3 in total. Something to keep in mind, it's not actually technically double. We also have Repudiate Replicate to do pretty much the same thing. Replicating a lot of these cards in this deck is very good. We have a lot of non-legendary cards that do a lot of cool stuff, so Risen Reef, there's a bit of an elemental synergy here, Yarok himself being an elemental. You can actually go Risen Reef on 3 into Yarok, potentially on 4, depending on how Risen Reef reveals lands into your turn 4 Yarok, which double triggers the Risen Reef, which is fun. We also have Mana Rocks in the Leafkin Druid, if you can call it that. Golden Egg and Guild Globe draw 2 times. The big top-end stuff, the real fun stuff that we can play around with is like Meteor Golem and Agent of Treachery. Agent of Treachery takes control of one of our opponent's permanents, and with additional triggers, it's pretty brutal. Pretty much always wins you the game on the spot, so you don't really get a chance to play with the cards that you steal 9 times out of 10. Meteor Golem is also very interesting as well. This is going to be a really cool game with Meteor Golem today because I've already played the matches and I'm very happy with what this deck has done, so hope you guys enjoy that. Meteor Golem has done some disgusting things today, so look out for that matchup in particular. But yeah, it's mostly from there, it's Value Town, as it were. So nothing does anything particularly broken, but everything has an enter the battlefield ability, unless it's control-based, you know, things like removal. Epic Downfall seems pretty decent, to be honest. 2 mana for sorcery, exile a creature with converted mana cost 3 or greater. That's most of the stuff that you're going to be seeing in Brawl. You don't really see aggro decks a lot, so I expect this card to be quite useful, and you don't see it all that much in the queues, to be honest. We have things like Death Sprout as well for 4 mana. Will destroy a creature and give us a land, which puts us on the 5th mana for Yarok. Very important there. We got New Horizons and Gift of Paradise, both with ETB abilities, so they can actually trigger double off of Yarok. And they're also 3 mana ramp spells as well, which can take us up to the turn 4 Yarok once again. Lots of ways to get the early Yarok. You really want to be playing this guy as early as possible, unless you expect him to be immediately removed or countered, then you want to play around with it a little bit before you play him down. But for the most part, this wants to come down first and foremost. There's very few occasions when it doesn't want to come down first. So yeah, I'm sure most of you know how this deck goes. There is one more thing. We do have Field of the Dead in the deck because we have a lot of non-basics. We do have a fair few basics, so it's not going to go crazy with Field of the Dead. It's definitely not the primary way. But this actually does trigger off of lands entering the battlefield, so it's just another way that we can gain that Yarok value. Honestly, it's an auto-include, even if you can't really enable it. You could maybe balance the basics out a little bit to increase the odds, but we do have a lot of black mana-related things that we want to do in this deck, so we got a lot of swamps. The mana base has been pretty good. It's never really bothered me all that much at all, to be honest, so it's doing what it should do. The curve's lovely, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the matches. They are very, very fun, and if you do enjoy Brawl content and you want to see more, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as well as liking, commenting, all that jazz. Let me know what you guys are playing down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the games. Alrighty then, we're in, and we got some cool cards, so this is going to be a keep for us. We're up against Kalia Zenith Seeker, 3 mana Mardu colours for a 3/3 with Vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, you look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an Angel, a Demon, and or a Dragon card from among them and put them into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So it's basically a mixture of a tribal deck. It's pretty cool. Tried building it myself, wasn't overly successful with it, but I'm going to keep working on it for sure. It's a fun commander. Alright, let's go with... I guess we're going to go with Temple of Malady, because we have the command tower for the Fibblethip mana anyway, and I kind of want to... Yeah, I kind of want to make my land drops and things like that, so... Let's just take Breeding Pool. I want to work all the way up to Yarok so we can get some double triggers. Maybe triple triggers with... Spark Double, that'd be cool. Alright, so Command Tower into Fibblethip. Get that 25-point life swing going. Meteor Golem's pretty interesting. And Field of the Dead. Alright, so I think this is our opportunity to get down a tap land as well as doing Golden Egg shenanigans, so let's do it. Golden Egg. Draw a card and then see where we want to go from there. Thief of Sanity is very nice. Just a nice value card. Let's go with Simic Guildgate first, I guess. I want to leave Field of the Dead as a bit of a mystery until much later. No reason for our opponent to know that it's coming. Guardian Project. Oh. So, I am tempted to go with the Guardian Project just because we get a card draw off of our creatures. The thing is, though, that Kalia is probably coming down next turn to block Thief anyway, so I shouldn't really expect that to be a thing. So maybe we do go with Breeding Pool into Guardian Project and swing for 1. Gonna need an untapped land to play Yarok next turn, though. But I think this is fine. Shocks and Rapacious Dragon. Okay. Ramping. Wicked Wolf. That can fight Rapacious Dragon, and we can sack a Golden Egg to turn it into a 4/4 as well. Yeah, I don't mind that. Let's do it. And we can even Spark Double Wicked Wolf, so we get to draw a card, which is awesome. We get to fight the dragon. They've got 2 mana to work with here, so they're going to need, like, God's Willing or something. Cool. Is this a May? Up to. Yep, it is. Alright, so... Get protection from whatever you want. I won't fight it. Protection from green. Don't have to sack the Golden Egg anymore. Get Guild Globe. Up to 1. You better not be making me fight it. Well, couldn't anyway. So that's good. Alright, pass the turn. Yeah, let's get down Yarok next turn and hope they don't have, like, Bedevils and whatnot. Otherwise it might cost us a pretty penny. Prison Realm. Awesome. We do get double Guardian Project triggers from Yarok as well, because it's any permanent that gets triggered from a creature entering the battlefield, which is cool. Or any permanent entering the battlefield that triggers something, so... We play Yarok, it triggers Guardian Project, which means it triggers twice. So let's go with Yarok. Draw 2. Repudiate, Replicate, and Bond of Revival. Not bad. I'd love a way of getting rid of these flyers, though. They're a bit of a problem. Mirror March! Oh. Oh, opponent, I love you. Good lord, you're amazing. Okay. So we get double Field of the Dead. This does allow us to actually go with Meteor Golem. So we can double destroy Prism Realm. And then we can double fight. Oh, this is disgusting. Alright, so Meteor Golem comes down. We draw 2 cards. We also get to fight and destroy 2 things. So, we're going to use Meteor Golem, unfortunately, to destroy Mirror March. We should. So we destroy Mirror March. We destroy that. Wicked Wolf enters. We draw 2 more cards. It double fights. So it's going to fight that one and that one. Draw some cards. We crack the golden egg to make it a 4/4 indestructible, which means it destroys both creatures. And that is an absolute nut draw of a turn right there. Good lord. Oh my. Alright, well, next game. Alright, we're in 3 mana, Arcane Signet, and some really, really cool cards, so we're going to keep this one. We're up against Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge, piloted by Beowulfin. So, yeah, we should be okay. Let's go with Thornwood Falls and pass it to him. Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge, is a 6 mana Planeswalker. I don't believe he's that good in Standard Brawl. In Historic Brawl, he's pretty decent, but I've not had much luck with him in Standard versions. We ended up on a big, massive losing streak, actually, when we played him. It's not to say that he's bad. It's just to say I had no luck with him. Alright, let's go with the Arcane Signet. Yep, so the Tick Up actually allows you to deal X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of artifacts you control, and you gain X life. The -3 allows you to recur a artifact from your graveyard to your hand, and then the -A exiles loads of cards and puts all the artifacts into play. It's pretty decent. Let's go with, I think, Risen Reef first. We want to do that ramp shenanigans. If we can get, like, Yarok down, that'd be sweet. Golden Egg it is. Alright, well, I think we're just going to go with Evolving Wilds and crack it for an island. We're going to get this over and done with now. This allows Castle Vantress to come into play untapped and gives us the 5 mana for double triggers on Yarok with the Risen Reef, potentially. I imagine they're going to tap out for a Mana Rock. There you go. It's a very good Mana Rock. And we get a Swamp. Well, might as well just play the Swamp. Yarok, double Risen Reef triggers, please. Do you have 1 blue mana? What could that be? It's just going to be Opt or something like that, surely. Maybe an Unsummon. Would love an Unsummon. Unsummon on Yarok. Back to the hand, please. Alright, Cavalier. And Forest. Very good. Swing for 1. And we get to do exactly the same next turn thanks to our opponent. We even get to go Yarok into Castle Vantress Golden Egg to draw 2 cards. Or the Fittable Thip as well. Either or. Ouch. Khan the Great Creator is actually an annoyance. It's locked off our Arcane Signet from working. So Arcane Signet can no longer tap for mana thanks to Khan the Great Creator. But that's fine, because we've got Yarok doing his thing. Double triggers anyway. Let's get a Swamp in play. Oh, and Spark double as well. That will enter as an Elemental and trigger Yarok 3 times if we target Yarok, which I think I'm very much up for doing. Board wipe wise, they've only got Massacre Girl, Cry of the Carnarium, and Ritual of Soot. They do have Flood of Tears, but it's not really an issue. Dang it! Oh my god, that's a Liliana. Yeah. Let's go with, I think, maybe Graveyard, because we're going to find. Yeah, let's put him in the Graveyard. We'll just recur him with Find Finality. I'm not sure that the board wipe on Finality is really going to be all that great. Do need to find an answer to Liliana, though, at some point. That'd be lovely. So let's go Find Yarok and Risen Reef. To my hand, please. And I think we're going to go Risen Reef first. Land, very good. And we'll go with... it doesn't really matter, I guess Fibble Thip. Golden Egg can't be cracked because of Khan the Great Creator. Even make our land drop for the turn, which is really good. I'm loving the amount of mana we've got to work with. That's really important here. They could do Tezzeret now. And they can start draining for 2, as well as ticking up Liliana. Again, that needs answering soon, rather than later. Khan's just not very good in Brawl, though, is the problem. I mean, you get rid of the Mana Rocks, sure, and you can turn Mana Rocks into things, but the -2 doesn't actually do anything. Not really, anyway. Since there's no sideboards in Brawl. So I think we're going to go Yarok and maybe Spark Double. There's Tezzeret. I like the idea of just getting a million triggers. Means we can't play Cavalier though, because that'd be way too many triggers. Death Sprout. Not really a good option. Alright, so let's go Yarok. We get Witching Well and Arboreal Grazer. Okay. Crack the Fabled Passage. Grab. Doesn't really matter at this point, I don't think. Just grab another Swamp. I think we go with Spark Double on Yarok. Yeah, I think so. Trigger Risen Reef 3 times. Agent of Treachery is amazing. That's going to be the win con if our opponent doesn't answer this board state. And we pass. So, Agent of Treachery is going to trigger 3 times, and we're just going to steal all their Planeswalkers, and that should, hopefully, make them sufficiently miserable. Let's go with Golden Egg, Arboreal Grazer. So let's see what they can do. You could even steal their Midnight Clock and shuffle our graveyard back in and all that nasty stuff, because I really don't care about Khan the Great Creator all that much. Though I guess the removal of their ability to use their artifacts is also pretty important. Draws and discards, looking desperately for an answer. Even 2 triggers on Agent of Treachery is going to be enough to win here, so they're really going to need to actually wipe the board. They discard a Swamp. Play a Swamp, and what's the final card? It's got to be Counter Magic. Has to be Counter Magic. Ping me.
This should strike fear into you.
We could go for the bait spell first, just to see if the game hangs on our opponent's decision. I mean, it is right now, which means that it's permanent that can be played, which means it can't be a counter spell. So, yeah, let's just go with the Agent of Treachery now. And our opponent should explode. Alright. 1, Liliana. 2, Tezzeret. 3, Khan. Okay. Make a zombie. Their artifacts don't work anymore, unless I choose to make them work. Ours do. Oh, we get to exile the top 10 cards of our library? We don't really want to do that. Is there any artifacts in here? There's a golden egg. Yeah. Yeah. It is a bit unnecessary to do half of the stuff there. Their artifacts don't work, except for activated abilities. But that's about it, really. They can't draw and discard off this anymore. They can't put counters on this anymore. They can still get the 7 cards from it. Any future artifacts, though, don't work either. And eventually we just ping them to death with our absurd amount of value. Good lord, this deck is dirty. It is dirty. Alright, we're in, and it's another Kalia matchup, which is interesting. 2 must mean it's popular today. I actually like this hand. If we don't draw our 3rd land, we've at least got Golden Egg, and we can gift a Paradise to ramp up into Yarok. So, yeah, pretty happy with this. Thief of Sanity can run away with the game as well, so we'll see what we want to do. I don't think Thief runs away with this particular game, though, since their entire deck is basically Flyer Tribal in Mardu. There aren't any angels that don't fly. There's only a couple of demons that don't fly, and obviously dragons Pretty much goes without saying. I think there might be... Is Dragon Egg still in Standard? That doesn't fly. So, maybe it doesn't quite go without saying. Alright, let's go with Golden Egg. Let's get that card draw in. And Agent of Treachery. That's a decent one for later. It's not going to be decent for now, but we'll run with it. Yeah, I'm almost not up for playing Thief of Sanity here, because I think it's just going to die to pretty much everything, but maybe that's okay. Maybe that's just fine. If they play Kalia next turn, then it's literally doing nothing, so... Actually, I think I'm just going to go for Gift of Paradise here. Puts me up to 4 mana, 5 for the Yarok if we draw a land off the top. If we don't, then we've got Guild Globe to draw an extra time, which might go into something like Cloudkin Seer or the Thief of Sanity. Yeah, this is quite matchup dependent, and I'm not really gonna... Oh, well, actually, they kind of colour screwed themselves a little bit. Alright, well, I'm going for it. Let's get the Thief out there. It's gonna die. But we get to crack our Evolving Wilds. What do we want to go for here? We've already got doubles of everything thanks to Gift of Paradise. So we just want anything that's not a swamp, I guess. Let's go for... let's go for an island. They're pretty useful. So, yep, shock on the Thief of Sanity, to the surprise of no one. But we get Yarok down next turn, and we can start doing some fun stuff with that. Smothering Tithe. I'm going to pay for that, because you have no black mana. So, yeah, let's just do that. Slows us down a little bit, but this is fine. Let's go with Cloudkin Seer, since it is the creature that can deal damage rather than the Guild Globe, which don't. Ah, they do get the token as well, though. Boo Hiss. Alright. Outlaw's Merriment. Maybe we just like Mardu Value. It's kind of how you have to do Kalia. So there aren't enough of any of the tribal cards in Standard right now to really make Kalia work. Ass Trophy. Again, don't really want to use that. I guess I'm just going to Guild Globe. And this time I'm going to pay for it. Yeah. Pay for it. Make a 3-1. Alright. And they finally got their swamp. So now I'm going to start paying, not paying for Smothering Tithe. It's pointless at this stage. They completely whiff on Kalia. Good, 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 good. As I mentioned, there aren't enough cards to really make it work. Decline, please. What do you do? 3 or greater. That's pretty good. Does Yarok live? Do I care about anything else on the board right now? Would I rather do anything else? I don't think so. I think I'll go for it. If he lives and we get a land, we get double agent. They've already dumped Lava Coil, so the ping on Yarok there wouldn't have made too much of a difference, unless they've got a Slaying Fire. Got Angrath's Rampage. Okay, well, I'm going to the graveyard because we got Bond of Revival. I think that's the play. Let's make it cost 5 instead. Maybe not. Maybe it's just Command Zone. So we got Risen Reef. Let's see. 3, 4, 5. Let's put him in the Command Zone for now. I'm not sure if we want him in the graveyard. Because Bond of Revival on a lot of these other creatures is also perfectly acceptable. That's Skagan Hellkite. Owie. Are we putting counters on? We are. That might eat an Ass Trophy. In fact, I think it might indeed. Alright, decline that. Let's do Risen Reef, hope that they don't get a 1-2 off of the Merriment. And then Obnixilus's Cruelty, the Skagan Hellkite. Hope for a land here. Good stuff. Alright. They did have one token there for potential God's Willing, and they got the 1-2. 1 in 3 chance of being absurdly unlucky. And they managed it. Alright. But we get Agent of Treachery, so we can steal maybe their Outlaw's Merriment? Or whatever they play here. I'm sure if they've got like a Villis, I'd be interested in using that for myself. Rapacious Dragon. Yeah, that not so much. Ooh, Sorin though. That's pretty good. I actually think that we're getting our, whatchamacallit pushed in just a little bit here. Down to 8. Yeah, I think we're dead. No pay. So what can we do here? We can steal with the agent. That doesn't do too much. Can resurrect. Everything's just slightly too expensive and doesn't really work for us, unfortunately. Agent steals Sorin, take us to 9. Let's assume that they get a 3-1. We block the 3-1. We take 3, 4, 5. Yeah, too much. I guess we're going with kill that. Trophy that. I hope for the best. I think we're dead. I don't think there's any hope for us winning here. We can get back Risen Reef with Golgari Finebroker. Or an egg or a globe. I'm just going to get it over and done with. We should have used the globe. I don't know if it could have done though, but here we are. Is it egg? I think it might be egg for the life gain. Alright, they got the best possible outcome. So we're taking 5. 6 total with the Sorin. Resincalia. Just get a Spawn of Mayhem. Yeah. This is too much. And Prison Realm, and that's it. What a set of draws, opponent. What a set of draws. Alright, so we Ruffle Stomped the first Kalia, got Ruffle Stomped by the second Kalia. Alright, we're up against Reese the Redeemed, and we've got a decent elementally hand, actually, so I'm going to keep this one. Yeah, so Reese the Redeemed is the Brawly Days reason to spend 10,000 gold instead of 6,000. Yeah, we're going to keep this. So, Reese the Redeemed, you can spend 10,000 to unlock this, or you can spend 6,000 to unlock it if you don't want to be scammed. Reese the Redeemed, 1 mana for a 1-1, 3 mana to create a 1-1 green and white elf creature token. For 6 mana, you can create a copy of each token that you control on the battlefield. Where are we going with this? Do we go Breeding Poo for the Gilded Goo? I think we just go Temple of Mystery and see if we can get some untapped lands, I guess. No rush, right? Bond of Flourishing. Meh. Is what I say to that. I'd really like to Risen Reef first before Leafkin Druid, so we're going to be Gilded Goosing next turn, I think. Maybe playing a tap land from there. Imara, Soul of the Accord. Taking 1. Basically dead. Yeah, I think we're going to go Goose and Jungle Hollow here. And we're going to go for full greed God Goose plays here. Alright. So that's 3 mana without shocking ourselves if we want to go that line. I don't think we do. I think I'll just shock myself so that we've got the 5th mana for Yarok later down the line. We don't have to shock at all. Look at that. Beautiful. When a plan works out. Land, please. Yeah, boy. Always lovely. Fortunately, it's a tapped Evolving Wilds, which is savage, but here we are. We got 3, 4. We got the mana next turn to do whatever we want, as long as we don't Gilded Goose here. So we can play Yarok next turn, which I think we will. Means that this Leafkin Druid is a double trigger. The following turn, we want all the triggers. Angelic Exaltation. Pretty good with a token commander. So, Angelic Exaltation pumps it up to a 6/6. It's pretty good. You can counter the activate ability. I'm going with Yarok, though. Let's get him done. We're not going to crack the Evolving Wilds because we want to hit lands. We want to be able to play as much as we can in a single turn anyway. Oh, that's beautiful. The 1/1 commander is going to bite the dust to a Massacre Girl. So we're going to block since we have Death Touch on Yarok. And Massacre Girl gets the job done on its own anyway. I mean, maybe we just take another 6 or 7. Whatever it ends up being. I don't mind that. You could even repudiate the Exaltation trigger so that it actually attacks in as a 2/2. That'd be pretty funny. But yeah, I just don't see whatever our opponent's doing here mattering. Now that we've got this Massacre Girl. Unless I guess they do like Venerated Loxodon or something of that sort. That would be pretty annoying. It's usually what happens when I have Massacre Girl in my hand, as I've learnt from the pre-con event. Yeah, I'm taking that damage. I'm taking this damage as well. Yep. 5, sure. Happily. So, my turn. Should have cracked the Evolving Wilds, forgot about that. Let's just go with Leafkin Druid. Get 2 Risen Reef triggers. We get a land, good. And Golgari Finebroker, also pretty good. From there, I think we're going to go with the Witching Well, Scry 4. Ooh. We do want a land drop for the turn. I don't know if we want Golden Egg, though. I think we're past the Golden Egg stage. Land. I think I would rather have an island. Just on its own. There we go, that'll do. And we can counter an activated or triggered ability, which is going to be that Exaltation. So we don't have to fire off Massacre Girl just yet. We get an extra turn of doing whatever we want. I just want lots of mana so that I can just replay Yarok without really feeling the burn, as it were. Whenever it attacks, you may tap a number of untapped creatures. It basically gets exalted. Alright. Alrighty then. I wonder if there's a better way we could go about doing this. I mean, I'm gonna repudiate because it's amusing. Although copying Spark Doubled Yarok is a thing. So maybe we just chump block. Yeah, that's fun. Alright, we're going with the fun line. It's not the best line, it's the fun line. So they gain 6. We really don't care. We're going to absolutely outvalue them like crazy. So we Spark Double on Yarok, which triggers Risen Reef 3 times. Agent of Treachery, beautiful. Gilded Globe is fine. Replicate the non-legendary version of Yarok. Make another Yarok. Trigger 4 times. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Alright. And then we've got Guild Globe, which triggers 4 times. Nice. 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 I mean, it's all nice. Let's crack the Evolving Wilds. We're going to be discarding a lot of cards here. And we've even got a token that we can block with if we really want to. I'm just really liking the idea of Biogenic Ooze here, or even Agent of Treachery. They're all pretty good. Let's go with land. Fibblethip. Gift of Paradise. Epic Downfall? Yeah, I'm going to block with the Risen Reef. I think he's had his value. I think a million Agent of Treachery triggers is going to be just adequate. Guardian Project triggers. They're going to Exalt again. Totally fine. Goodbye, Risen Reef. We will return you later. And yeah, let's just Agent of Treachery and steal 4 things, I think. Let's do it. Alright, the first one gets Guardian Project. The second one gets Exaltation. The third one gets probably Reese, so we can make copies of our Yaroks with his ability. We've got Fine Broker to get Gift of Paradise out of our graveyard, and Golden Egg as well, so we can fix the mana to pay the white. Although I think it's all hybrid, isn't it? So I could just do the green. So we can make, yeah, we can make a copy of Yarok every turn off of their commander. Lol. As well as Biogenic Ooze as well. Gonna do its thing. Opponent's had enough. Agent of Treachery. Very powerful card. Just wins you the game on the spot with this deck, apparently. So, pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, we're in again, and we're up against Kalia for the 3rd time. Has something changed that I don't know about that makes Kalia overpowered? I'm really confused by that. Tails End's useful here. That's about the only good thing going for this hand, though, so we're going to free mull it. And this looks much better. It's got Tails in it, so, you know. The only reason we're going to keep the last hand is back in our new hand. We got Arcane Signet to ramp. We got Risen Reef to do some stuff. We got card draw. We are very happy with this hand. Let's see what our opponent can do. Can they get to Kalia on turn 3? Looks like they might be able to. Lazotep Reaver. That's a zombie. Not any of the things that Kalia is supposed to do. Angels, demons, and dragons are what they're looking for. There aren't many of them. So let's go Arcane Signet. Let's get ramping. Probably run it into Risen Reef potentially here. It's a shame we don't have Tails End open, because this is a lot of card advantage for them. I don't think we care too much about the card advantage, though. I think I'd rather counter the legendary demons and angels that they get from it instead than the 3/3. But you never know. Ooh, they got choices. They got choices. Gonna go with Seraph. So I expect that they've actually got 2 angels in that pile to choose from. That is not a legendary angel as well, which is really annoying. So I think we're just going to go with Risen Reef, hope for a land. Yes! And Simic Guildgate. Alright, so next turn we got Yarok with double Risen Reef triggers, because they're going to go with Seraph for the scales, right? Arcane Signet. And then 3 mana Angel of Vitality. Okay. That's a big boy. We're going to take all of the damage. We got a land. Alright. So let's Yarok. Forest. Vantress. Island. We got lots of mana now. So from here, that's where we start the control game. Hopefully it's not too late. I imagine we'll be okay, because we got the Exile for the Seraph of the Scales, so we don't have to deal with the Afterlife on it. We got a decent blocker in Yarok, so the ground is covered. Skargan Hellkite. Well, that can also be Epic Downfall. Going with a counter as well is very good for us. We can do Obnixilus's Cruelty on that, perhaps. Fabled Passage. Alright, so how do we want to sequence this turn? I think we want to crack Fable Passage first, because I don't really want to draw lands off of Thip if that's the line we go for. I think I want to start just murdering and machine gunning down things here, so let's get rid of Skargan Hellkite. Let's go Thip. That leaves us 4 mana to do Assassin's Trophy, Tail's End, or Epic Downfall. Mana cost 3 or greater, so we could get rid of the Angel of Vitality, perhaps. Or just go for a Bond of Flourishing and a Golden Egg. We're not really afraid of too much damage in the air as soon as we gain 3 life there. I kind of want to... maybe Assassin's Trophy, a double block here. Let's see how they block. I'm hoping for the Chump. The Chump is great. That's all I want. Good. Alright. Let's do Bond of Flourishing. Field of the Dead. Okay. I don't think we've got the stuff to make that work, though, unfortunately. We've drawn far too many of our basics. So I think I'm going to bottom that and go with Biogenic Ooze instead. Go to 17. And... should we just draw loads of cards? Or should we hold up and Tail's End? 7 damage, 8 damage actually, because we're not going to be blocking the Lazotep Reaver. I think maybe I just Epic Downfall the Angel of Vitality. Let's get that out of the way. We could do it on the Kalia, but Kalia, similar to like Niv Mizzet decks, gets value from being recast, so just want that out of the way. And then Biogenic Ooze is going to double trigger, so that's going to be 3/3/3s for 5 mana, which is pretty good. As well as double triggers on the Golden Egg. I'm feeling pretty confident that we are going to be able to just draw our way out of this. 17 life is perfectly fine as a buffer for whatever our opponent's doing here. We should be able to draw easily out of that situation by then. Yeah, I'm not going to block the Lazotep Reaver. We could double block, which opens up losing Risen Reef, but keeping Thip. It's not great, though. Just to take 1 damage, I might as well leave Risen Reef as a potential for elemental triggers. Good stuff. Let's draw 2 cards. Get Massacre Girl, not great. And a land. I think I'll wait on the Biogenic Ooze. I want to draw some more cards. So those weren't great cards. Temple of Mystery, okay. And Thief of Sanity. So let's double Temple. Bottom the lands. Keep bottoming the lands. We still have the Biogenic Ooze, actually. Let's go with it. Golden Egg can gain us some life as well, so this is fine. There we go. And we'll pass. Panic Button has Massacre Girl open. We have the 1/1s required to wipe the board here. Seraph of the Scales will get their tokens and then they'll still die. Remember, we can take out 2/2s because of Yarok. With Massacre Girl, because she comes down with double triggers, so we don't need the 1/1s particularly, but we do need the 2/2s. Thankfully, Lazotep Reaver is the 2/2 that we desire, which leads straight into Leafkin Druid, or even our Biogenic Oozes, if that's where we want to go. Alright, yeah, this looks like a Massacre Girl, unfortunately. Can't be having that. Alright, so Jungle Hollow has gained 2 life. And I guess we're gaining 3 life from the Yarok first. They gain 7, but my life is more important than theirs. So let's get that in. They can block with any of the other flyers, which are indestructible. I'm going to choose not to. fair, I suppose. Yeah, I think we're going with Massacre Girl here. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It's how we're going to have to go with it. Let's float Leafkin Druid. I think that might allow me to actually play Yarok again. Not sure. We'll see. Alright, kill everything. Trigger, trigger. Seraph comes down, makes more 1/1s, which continues to trigger. Safari is going to die. Yep. Command zone, please. There we go. And yeah, we do have the Yarok replay here as well. Very nice. Just need to draw our way out of it. I'm going to go do the upkeep stop for Castle Vantress. We are 1 mana short of countering that Kalia, which is a tilt. But there are a lot of legendary angels and dragons and whatnot, should they draw them, which they didn't. Alright, let's get some good draws. Gilded Goose, no. Evolving Wilds, no. About as bad as it could be. Draw. That's about as good as it can get. It's not going to be amazingly powerful, but it's going to be powerful enough. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's auto-pay that. Double trigger. This one is going to double, and then it's going to fight. Not necessarily in that order, but this is fine, hopefully. Come on, double. Double. Oh, back to safety. Yeah, should have ordered the triggers the other way around. We opened them up to 3 damage burn spells there. Very briefly, but I think we've got this now. I don't see how we could lose with a 10-11 that needs answering immediately. They've got Kalia, which is becoming very expensive. Got Assassin's Trophy to kill literally any creature here, so yep, sure. They get to know my hand. I should actually do another upkeep stop for Vantress. Doom Whisperer. Yeah, that's getting Assassin's Trophied. Unless we draw better removal here. Which we certainly could. There's Murderous Rider and Bond of Revival. That's pretty good, right? Bond of Revival is Biogenic Ooze. I mean, it's fine. It's okay. Yeah, we'll take those. So, to the main. Kill Doom Whisperer. Hit for another 7. Got Tail's End this time around, so legendaries, watch yourself. I gotta imagine that the Surveil here is either going to be removal or it's going to be their best demons, angels, and whatnot. In their best, a legendary. Haha. So, we'll see how this goes. They kept them both. Doesn't bode too well for us, but I have a hard time seeing our opponent winning through our hand right now. Dracoseth, countered. Opponent scoops. They play literally any 1 mana creature and they have it Assassin's Trophied and die. Woo! Exaxes. Alright, well, that was a very Kalia heavy video today. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I don't know why this is suddenly so popular. I don't necessarily think it's a good deck, but I don't know. Maybe some other content creator made a video on it recently and said it was amazing. I don't know. It's usually what happens when weird things like that happen that I'm very unaware of, but, you know. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. This deck is a doozy. I highly recommend playing this one. I'm sure many of you have seen Yarok decks in the past. So this is basically just a variant on that kind of thing. Really happy with this. There's a load of fun stuff you can do. And the best thing when it comes to a deck like this is when it can compete and also has the alternative, let's just do this for fun kind of plays. You know, like spark doubling and replicating several times to make a million Yaroks. Taking a million things. That Meteor Golem combo was just awesome. I love that. That made my day. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe as well for some more Brawl content in the future. It's my favourite format, so I love to make content for this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.